October 3rd, 2019. Halloween's only 28 days away. Think about it. Today I want to talk about the difference between socialism and capitalism, if you will. Here in America, we are a capitalist society. We're technically a republic. America, as you know, was founded as a republic. And we are a democracy because we have elections and people get elected by the people, supposedly for the people, and or hopefully in the best interest of the people, in a benevolence or goodness sense. So we are a republic that is a capitalist society. We live by working. We are working members of America. We all do our jobs, something that we are good at, to earn a living in order to be citizens and pay tax under social contract, if you will. Rene Descartes is one to talk about social contract. Descartes' thinking there is significant. And a big question for Descartes is, but are they taking care of all my needs in a capitalist society under social contract? And no, they aren't, but they're doing better than we think, because we still have fire departments and emergency departments and law enforcement and things that help us survive when people do outlandish things, heinous acts, etc. So the reality is we pay to be able to survive in a society that agrees the United States is a fair way to live. And under a socialist government, you would have someone in charge, basically, or a committee of people in charge that would determine how you behaved. So under socialism, there is no freedom, but you still all have to work. So under socialism, everybody would have a job they're good at for at least 40 hours a week, although we see under socialist governments, people are abused and work 80 hours a week. And that even happens in America. I see people in journalism sometimes working 60 hours a week, which is absurd. And you look at it, and especially if you're a writer, good God, what do you want to melt down the first 5 years? I mean, obviously people, if everybody could write, we'd all be writers, which is not the case. And more than that, people don't understand what it takes to write at all, I guess, hardly, or haven't in quite a long time. I digress. The point is, under a socialist government, the government would tell you what to do based on the people's well-being. But is it really under a socialist government? Would it be really by the people, for the people? Of course not. It's determined by the government what's good for the people, and you will, work at the people's factory, counsel the people, do whatever your job is. You will drink the people's beer, harvest the people's rice, and wash the people's truck. And you will do it when they tell you to. You'll own nothing. You'll have no property. You won't be able to sit around, freaking do nothing all day, drinking, beer and having fun like we'd all like to do, But we can't because we all have to work and earn a living. And we're only allowed to sit around like that periodically because we keep the country going as well as our own lives. And there's a sense of individuality and responsibility in capitalism, as I've said here recently in a number of different ways and talks I've given, that we should be in a frame of mind to lift ourselves to its highest degree, to help ourselves most and foremost in order to help the group so that we all benefit. In other words, my friend who's a fireman up the street, a volunteer fireman, in an area that depends on mutual aid from different departments and whatnot, he could have to go anytime if things are bad. And I don't have to go out and get my car to do it because he's able, he's trained, he knows what he's doing. He's a volunteer that doesn't even get paid. Under a socialist system, he would still exist. But, his real job would be doing something for the government, like thrashing wheat or something right now. Usually part of the problem is socialistic countries are behind in technology as well. People are idealizing what they think a socialistic world could be, and it's a romanticization of reality. We all want to romanticize what life could be. I mean, isn't that why women buy Victoria's Secrets? I thought that was the secret. Fantasy. But there's a difference between fantasy, reality, and, fiction. We have to work. We all have to work a certain amount of hours. Hopefully you find your gifts and abilities and do a job you know and love and are good at. That's the goal. That's why you go to school. That's why you go to university or college or tech school or learn a skill. Being a welder is a damn good job. If you're good at it, you make a lot of dough. I got a few students who went to welding school while they were in school with me. So now they're both. They got bachelor's, associate degrees, and they can weld. So life's a continuous growth process. There'd be no growth under socialism. There'd be no, I have a house, I have a car, don't you love my woman? No, you're loving the people's woman. You may be married to her, but under socialism, if they need the woman for the people's project you just lost your wife. That's socialism. I don't think the people right now who seem to think that socialism is this wonderful thing where you don't have to do anything but think, pontificate, and wish you were a philosopher because you run from wisdom by your own activities. The reality becomes it, as I always say. Socialism is a dream. America ain't even close. It's just like these Islamic women in the government now from Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, and Rashid Tlaib. These radical Islamic women in our government, they think they're going to convert America, a Christian nation, by over 70% still identifying with Christianity. They think they're going to fully convert the United States to Islam. These women have been on this path. Rashid Tlaib's been giving speeches on this subject on converting all of the United States to Islam and socialism since the late 80s. Her first speech I remember was 1986, where she urged Muslims to the task to convert all the United States to Islam. The day has come to realize socialism wouldn't even allow me to say what I'm saying. If you get caught on a street corner in China, and I have friends from Beijing, one in particular, and he told me if you get caught today in front of the bus station, it's still the same if you're critiquing the government. You get 7 years in a labor camp, hard labor. That's socialism. That's communism. That's what it is, the thought police. People need to realize that once socialism, you wouldn't even be able to talk about it if this country was socialist. And on that note, I think it cuts straight to the heart of irrationality, living with emotion over reason, and the problems of human who want everything for nothing. They want something for nothing instead of working for it to help secure it so we can all survive. It's called teamwork, yeah, but it's called social contract. And that's still the way we live in this capitalist democracy that's a republic. Peace, y'all. Hope you have a good day. Take care.